or how is education like when you were a student?
Unfortunately, it hasn't changed all that much. It needs to change, but it hasn't. That were designed, the architecture of this institution, I'm not talking about the building and mortar. I'm talking about the actual institution and its the way it functions, were all designed around the 19th century. So if you take a look at universities and schools today, they are the same as they were in the late 19th century. So these institutions were designed in the 19th century, and they are staffed by teachers and lecturers who were trained in the 20th century. All right? You see? And they are now trying to prepare students for the 21st century. So it's a total disconnect. What does that mean? It means that primarily by the time you finish your degree, all right, that's the end of your, at least a major part of your educational spectrum is over when you finish your degree, right? And logically, you should be prepared to face the rat race, prepared to walk into life, logically. But almost always, just about everything you study in your degree program is essentially already outdated by the time you step into the rat race. The rat race is already moving at its own speed. And it's always the universities and their curriculum are playing catch up.
My question for you, Dr. Suri, is what challenges do you think future students about 10 years from now will face after they graduate?
10 years from now, the hands-on experience will be a lot more pragmatic. The way to try to understand this is the first level of acquiring anything is information. So the flow has to move from information to knowledge. So knowledge is what they will be testing you on. Knowledge is what they need to understand, which means the information has to be put into context, has to be translated, and implementation has to follow. The third stage, which will come when you hit working life, is when knowledge actually translates into wisdom. Now that happens when you start to fail. Now failure is the first process leading to wisdom. So university can take you to knowledge and prepare you for life. University in my time was very information based, and that is the advantage you have. In 10 years, I believe it will be fundamentally more knowledge based, so-called joint ventures, let's put it that way, because it cannot happen within the academic sphere. It has to cross over into the business or corporate sphere as well.
I agree with you, Datuk Sri. That's why even the role of the lecturer, if you ask me, has also changed. We are no more just delivering content. Like you said, the students can actually get all this information from the Maha Guru anyway. So that's why the main role of the lecturer now is to be coach, to be mentor, to actually guide the students.
Wouldn't 10 years of experience teach you or allow you to learn more than just MBA?
Here's a challenge that you will have when you're doing 10 years of experience anywhere. When you're working for 10 years in any company, the first 5 years you're just churning your wheels. You're just churning your wheels. So are you busy? Yes. Are you active? Yes. But are you learning? Probably not as much. As students, I will say to you, whatever you're learning in university anyway, take it a notch higher.